Hi folks, I thought I'd do another imaginary one today. So let's kick it off with just a little bit of water, just to loosen everything up. Not too much, I don't want the paint going all over the place. So I'm going to do like another lake mountain type thing. Let's start off with a bit of that. And a bit of this. Bit of Alizarin and blue. Bit of colour down the bottom. And then what I'm going to do, just mix it all up a little bit. Just use a clean damp brush and just go in there and just soften it all off. Fill in the gaps. Clean the brush again. A bit of dark up there. I don't worry about the hairs coming off the brush. There's the sky. Let's use a bit of a tissue. There's going to be some mountains up there, so I want the profiles of the peaks to stand out a bit. So I'm just also aware that where the paint's dripping down, I can use this as a way of preventing it from going all over the place. Just steady what's on there. Right then, let's whack some mountains in. I mean, I'll put the mountains in first and then I'll do the reflections after, like I did last time. But this time it's just for some big ones and just vary it slightly. It's going right up there, something like that. It's going to come down. We have another one. Clean the brush. Let's switch to green. Bit of grass on the hills. A little bit over on that side. And already I'm thinking there's maybe like the rivers just flowing around that bend there. Sort of darken it a bit further down. Just working with what's happening on the paper. Right, let's go into my card. So let's just a little bit of form on these mountains. So the light's coming from there, so it's sort of catching the peaks there, and again I'm just going to do it left-handed so the light's catching the right-hand side on this. That's sort of basic background. Now if I just repeat some of those colours down below. something like this. Same on that side, and then there's a bit of purple up there, there's a bit of blue. Just trying to do a sort of, just a rough mirror image of what was going on above there. It doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's there or thereabouts. That's the main thing. And then what I'm going to do is, same as I did in the sky, just a clean damp brush and just mix it all up. Clean the brush if it gets too wet, and just blend it all together. A bit stronger. Let's come right the way down. Back in with a clean brush, and again just mix it all up. Let's just pull the paper. Paper's just stretched slightly, so I'm just pulling that flat against this piece of plywood I've got. I'm just going to darken. Let's switch to the little Hake brush and just put a few darks in, just where the land meets the water. Just try and differentiate. Might also scrape a few more rocks in along there. We'll sort of something like that. Let's just darken out a little bit. Down some reflections at the same time. We'll do that as well on that side. Try not to paint over everything I've already done. And again, that's a basic backdrop. We'll give that a quick dry. I can get this paper just a little bit flatter. Just pull this down a little bit down here. Right, let's whack some trees in. I like using this rig, this brush I do. The sword liner. Let's just start up here. I'm just gonna start whacking a few things growing down here. Let's have someone else up there. Let's have something big up this side. Have another big one going up that side. Just swivel it all over the place, just get some nice twigs and branches going on. Flick a few things going on up there. And then what I need to do, I need a bit of land. These are just like reeds in the foreground. Let's have them a little bit lower down that side. Going down, a bit of an angle and then just disappearing. Pop up a few on there as well. Bit of colour, so let's just scuff up that brush like that. Let's go into a bit of that yellow. Let's just do them slightly different on this side. Right, now let's whack a bit of foreground in, not too much water. There's a little bit of land on this side to stand on. Something on this side, a bit of a gap. Well, let's fill that in, let's just fill it in. A few darks. Give that a quick dry. Right, let's get me a little rigger brush. And I'm going to pop in a little boat somewhere about, where shall I stick it? I'll just stick it through these trees there. Just loosen the paint. That was a bit wet. Just need a sharper edge than that. And just a little bit of reflection, not too much, just enough. Slight impression. Little bottom of the boat there. Where's my little have a few birds up there. 1, 2, just nice and small. Little birds up in the sky. I'm just going to stick my name down here out of the way and call that one. Call that one done. Let's go and have a closer look at it. This is our little painting, our little imaginary lake and mountain scene. So you can see how I did the sky. Just threw a few colours in there and then just sort of mixed them together with a clean Hake brush, leaving that sort of lighter, sort of dark around the outside and lighter in the middle, just to give it a bit of impression of light. And also imagine the light just catching the side of these peaks. Same, just see through the trees, those little mountain peaks in the distance. And then our little boat and the reflection down below. Just put a few darker colours into that far shore, and then just again scrape some rocks. This time more of a sort of horizontal type scrape. Just give the impression of sort of rocks along the shoreline. And again, just a few reflections as well of the rocks below. Use the sword liner brush just to whack in some very simple trees. See, I just had a couple of colours on the brush, and you just see how it sort of blends the colours together without even trying really. And then add a few leaves, just dry brushed a few leaves on. This side done a bit thinner, same brush but just a thinner stroke. So that's the difference. If you do a very light stroke, barely touch the paper, you get like a nice thin stroke. If you press down hard, you get a nice thick stroke. So you've got quite a lot of variation with that sword liner brush. Simple foreground. I always used to overcomplicate the foregrounds. Now I just keep them as simple as I can. Just a few reeds there, and then a few grasses coming forward right to the front. Same on the left hand side. So I'm going to stick this painting on Etsy now along with all the others. You'll see a link in the description if you're interested in having a look. As always, keep practicing. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.